The rise in unemployment for young people has risen over 100,000 more than last year, with now 735,000 people unemployed. I personally think this is outrageous, and I wanted to find out the deeper reasons as to why, because a lot of older people boil it down to that we're simply lazy, when I know that this isn't true.
I'm Olivia.
I'm Tilly.
Riven Latham.
My name's Ren Buckle.
Do you currently have a job?
Yes, I currently work at McDonald's.
Not at the minute, no.
I've not been employed yet.
I currently work at Beefeater / Premier Inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to get that then?
Well, talking about that job specifically, similar story about a month, but I got it. But I've been applying for loads of jobs for like 6 months before that.
Okay, so in reality it took you about 6 months?
Yes.
The first job I worked at was also a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even have an interview for that. They just told me to come in and they wanted my information and stuff.
Mm.
And then I had the job. But then they were giving me shifts for times that legally I couldn't be working at.
Mm.
So obviously I complained about that, and then eventually they ended up just stopped putting me on the rota, and then I got kicked off the group chat. So I wasn't actually
So you weren't even officially fired?
So the first job was about 4 months. It was when I was probably about 13, and I did a paper rounds in my neighbourhood.
How long have you been looking for work?
About a few months.
Yeah. And have you got any messages back?
No, only messages with people declining.
Do they give reasons as to why they've declined?
Oh yes, man. No, absolutely never. It's usually, or when you're getting fired, they also never tell you.
Really?
So, yeah.
Since my last job, I've been looking for about 6 months,
Wow.
and I haven't heard anything back.
No. So do you know what app do you use?
Indeed.
Do they tell you when someone's looked at it?
Only sometimes.
And have they? Has anyone?
I've had a couple they've had a couple people look at my CV, but I think that's only been a total of 5, and I've applied for loads.
Gone, really, are the times where you'd walk in and speak to somebody.
Yes.
And it's a lot easier to tell somebody to just apply online, and
Yes.
then you're never even considered, because there's so many more people applying online than there would be going in. Because if you go in, at least you can guarantee yourself being seen.
So I've tried actually going into shops and stuff and asking if they've got any jobs going and stuff, but I've always just been told to just look out for their Indeed and on their websites.
So what do you think are the restrictions to being accepted?
I think experience is a big thing,
Mm.
especially because I've been trying to apply for some retail jobs, but I've only worked hospitality. And I also think another big problem is transportation, because for young people, a lot of them don't drive. Their parents can't always take them because they've got their own lives too, and then so they're only limited to places where they can get public transport.
And sometimes that costs money.
Yeah, and that does cost a lot of money
Yeah,
too.
it does.
And because of that, that's why I had to quit my previous job, because it was too hard to get to and there was no public transport routes.
So what do you think could change to make the applying experience easier?
Interviewing more people, so because I feel like they can't just judge you based off your CV, and they need to see you in real life and ask them questions in person to see if you're capable of doing the job.
I guess people's mindsets. I feel a lot of people our age or younger will agree that people of generations gone before will think it's a lot easier to get a job than it is now, because they're used to going in and there was no apply online, so they'd at least be considered.
And in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Can you start
You
today?
circle an ad and you go in. That's how you find
Your
out.
finest job, please.
I think more workplaces need to offer training instead of just expecting people to already have the experience. Because for people that have never had a job before, they can't get a job to gain that experience,
Yeah,
but then they're
exactly.
also expected to have that experience already.
After interviewing these people, I have found that the lack of unemployment for young people nowadays is through no fault of their own. and that change needs to happen.